LearnDash memberships. It's a brand new feature to LearnDash. I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. It's going to enable you to be able to set up and sell memberships using LearnDash without the need of a third-party membership plugin that can make things a little bit more complicated. This feature is now part of LearnDash. It's super easy to use, and I'm going to show you how to use it in this video, set these up. So we're going to set up a membership. We're going to add courses, multiple courses to this membership. I'm going to show you how to add a group leader, sort of a leader of the membership that can add content to the membership for people in the membership. And I'm also going to show you how to protect content that's outside of a course, such as in a page or a post on your website. You're going to be able to do all of that without the need of a third-party membership plugin, and it's going to be so easy to do. Now, this is going to be a longer video, and to be considerate of your time, I have a full table of contents in the video description. What that means is you can jump around to exactly the part of this video that you want to get to, but you can also increase the playback speed if you want to get through the video faster. Now, if you're not familiar with me, my name is Adam from WPCrafter.com, where I make WordPress tutorial videos for non-techies like me and maybe like you. All right, let's just go ahead and jump on into it. Now, we're going to do everything from a completely blank slate. I want to show you the tools that I'll be using in this video. The first one is going to be LearnDash. Now, I'll have links to all of these in the video description box if you want to check any of these out. So obviously, you will need LearnDash, and we're also going to use this user switching plugin. I'll put a link to this. I recently had a tutorial video out on this. This is going to enable us to test the group leader feature, where we can give certain rights to a group leader and they'll be able to create courses, and we'll just verify their access. You're going to get to see what their experience will be like. Now, I'm not using a page builder. I'm going to be using Cadence blocks. It's an enhancement to the WordPress block builder. And I don't really feel like you need a page builder on a learning management website. It might just add that extra layer of complexity, but I want things to be simple. So we're going to be using Cadence blocks. And for the WordPress theme that I'm using in this video, it's going to be the Cadence theme. This is also free, and you'll see just a tiny bit of what I do using this theme. And so if you want to get access to any of these, I'll have links down below for your convenience. Keep in mind, everything's free except LearnDash. Now, if you don't have LearnDash and you click on the link in the video description, that's what's called a referral link. If you clicked on that link and purchased LearnDash, a small amount of money comes to support the channel. I just wanted to fully disclose that for you. Okay, so here I am on a completely empty website. Let's go ahead and log into the back end of WordPress. Then from here, we're going to hover over to where it says LearnDash. We're going to scroll down to where it says Groups, and we're going to click on that. I want to hit pause really quick. And with LearnDash, they use terminology, to be honest, wouldn't be my preferred terminology. So this feature is called Groups inside of LearnDash. I prefer the phrase memberships, and I'll show you how to change it all throughout LearnDash right now. In case you weren't aware, you can change the name of things in LearnDash. So right here, it's called Groups, and we see it says Groups here, and it says Groups in numerous locations on LearnDash. But I prefer the phrase membership. And actually, LearnDash gives you the ability to name it whatever the heck you want to name it. So most people aren't aware of this feature though. So I'm going to hover over here to where it says Settings. Next, I'm going to hover over to where it says Custom Labels, and I'll click on that. And here's a list of all the terms that are used throughout LearnDash, and we could change them very easily. So if you see right here, there's group and groups. So it's the singular word and the plural word. So I'm going to change group to membership, and for groups, I'm going to change to memberships. Okay, I've filled that out. Now what happens is when I scroll up and click on this save option here, everywhere that phrase is being used is going to change. Watch this. So I'm going to click on save, and did you notice it? It happened in a flash. Over here, it said groups a second ago, and now it says memberships. So I prefer the phrase memberships. It's completely up to you. If it's going to confuse you and you prefer to stick with groups, that's totally fine, and it's totally up to you. So now I'm going to click on memberships, and let's go ahead and enable some features for it. So first, let's look at the settings in memberships. It's going to be right here under settings, and everywhere on this page where you see it saying memberships, before it said groups. So let's scroll up here and enable some of these features. So the first batch of features here are going to be if you want a group leader or a membership leader. This is actually the one area I like the word group. So we're going to create a group leader or the settings for a group leader, and we're going to do that in this video. If you want a group leader to manage the memberships and manage the courses or manage the users, we have these three options right here. So you can toggle it on, and you can toggle this one on, and you can toggle this one on. Now, if you saw for each one, there's basic options and there's advanced options. For me, I think the basic option is better. This means that the leader can only manage and create what is assigned to them in the membership that they are in charge of. If I switch this to advanced, they would actually have control over everything. And I don't necessarily want that, but you can easily test these different options, and we're going to test the settings in this video. Now, another feature that you get to have is hierarchical group memberships. So I'm not going to turn this feature on, but there are many use cases where you might want to have subgroups of a group. Next, this is actually very important if you want to sell these memberships. We have to turn this first option where it says public. We need to turn this on. What this is going to enable is when we create this membership that there'll be a page on the front end of your website that you can customize and actually sell the membership. With this off, there isn't a dedicated page where you can sell this membership. So you're going to definitely want to make sure that this is set to public. Okay, those are the only settings I wanted to modify. Now I'll go ahead and click on save, and that's all set up. So now I'm going to click back to where it says all memberships, and I'm going to go ahead and create my first membership. The settings are going to be very similar to what we have for courses, except there isn't a course builder. So hover over here where it says add your first membership, and we're going to give this membership a name. I named it Sous Vide Mastery. It's a thing that I've been into for the last year and a half, this type of cooking called sous vide. And so this membership is going to have a bunch of different courses about sous vide. So now that I've entered that in, I'm going to go here and I'll click on publish, and then I'll click on publish again. So we have settings right here, settings, courses, and users. And this is how we're going to manage this membership. So first I'll click on settings. This is going to look very similar to courses, where down here we get to set our access settings. And this is whether the membership is free, a single price, a reoccurring price, or closed if you're going to use an external system for selling, such as WooCommerce. In fact, I'll leave a video down below on how you can set this up with WooCommerce, but I'm going to keep it separate from this video. So for me, I'm going to set this as a one-time cost right here. So I'll click on buy now, and I'll enter the price I want to sell the membership for. All right, I've entered $299. So now I'm going to go ahead and save this again. So let me get rid of this publish notice by clicking on the X, and then I'll click on update right here. Now, before we take a look at the public page for this membership, let's go ahead and look at the courses setting option. And here it is. And so this is where on the top section, we are going to add which courses are going to be part of this membership. And down here is kind of the legacy settings for this feature. If you're going to be using the group membership feature the way that I'm showing you in this video, we won't use this right here. So these are the courses that we want them to have access to, and I'll go ahead and choose all three. I'll highlight them, and then I'll click on the arrow to add these to the membership. Next, we can click on the user tab right here. And this is just a manual way to manage the users. So at the top here, we have the actual users. These would be your students. And then when I scroll down, we have the leaders. This would be the group leader who you're giving the rights to be able to log into the website and add course content or change course content, pretty much manage the whole thing. And this is optional. It might not fit every use that someone might have. So I've already created a group leader account right here, and I'll go ahead and add it over there. And later in this video, I'll show you what their experience will be like and how to control that. So right now, everything's set up the way that I want. So I'll click update one last time. And then I'm going to view the front end of it. So I'm going to click right here where it says View Memberships. Now, the layout of what you see is going to be highly dependent upon the WordPress theme that you're using. As you saw earlier in the video, I'm using the free Cadence theme. And so we can improve the way this looks very easily, but you can see we have the title of the membership. And then right here, we have the pricing. And then right here, we have a list of the courses that are part of this membership. Now, in between the pricing and this right here would be any of the content that I would have added right here. So if I clicked on Edit Membership, anything that I put right here will go in between those two elements. So let me add a little bit of content here right now. Okay, I just added a tiny bit of content here, and I added this bullet list right here. So I'll click on Update. And now let's view this membership again. So you can see that content just kind of goes in between there. And this is the default WordPress block builder. It's super easy to add any bit of content here, and I can link to a separate tutorial video on using it. So let's go back here. Now let's kind of improve the layout over this. Now this is theme specific. So I'm going to click on Customize right here. And the Cadence theme can see this is a LearnDash group membership. So I'm going to go here to where it says custom post types. And then right here it says membership layout. And I can just tweak the layout of this a little bit. So I'm going to show the title. I'm going to turn this on, which will move the title up here. And I can change the background to actually anything that I want. Now lately I'm really into this narrow layout. So here's various layout options. I kind of like this narrow layout where it kind of shrinks it in, and I really been into that. We could add a sidebar if we wanted to. I don't necessarily want to, but you have full control over how this would look, and I already think that it looks a lot better. So let me do just one more thing here. If you're going to have a membership on your site, you might want to drive traffic to it and have it be the main call to action. So I'm going to click on header, and there's this nice little header builder. So what I want to do is add a menu in the header to have someone go to this page to buy the membership. So I'm going to click on the navigation here, and I'm going to move it to the middle, and there's a button element, and I'm going to drag and drop that right there. Let me scroll back up, and then there's my button. I'm going to click on this little setting icon for the button, and I'm going to change the label, and I'm going to add a URL. Now you can style the button in numerous ways by clicking on design. I'm going to leave it the way that it is because that's not what this video is about anyway. So I'll go ahead and click on publish, and then I'll get out of the customizer. So now it looks nice. So I have a different layout to sell this membership. We've taken the title of the membership and the name of the membership, and we moved it up here. And this is a great layout to have the pricing here at the top, and then list out all the benefits of joining this membership. And then down here, the buyer can see the courses that are included in the membership. And what's nice is this button here in the header will take someone right here to be able to purchase this membership. So now let's take a look at how to protect content outside of a course that's part of a membership. It's very easy. So I'm going to hover over here to my LearnDash settings, and I'm going to go into where it says memberships or groups if you didn't change it. And then I want to go here to the settings. I want to scroll all the way down, and it says membership content protection. And right here, we need to tell LearnDash which type of content on our website do we want to show the options to protect that content. So what's going to end up happening is it's going to add an option panel to that type of content. So a type of content would be on this site, blog posts or pages. So if I click right here, it's going to show me the different types of content. If I had a more advanced website with custom post types, it would show me those as well. Or if you have different plugins installed on your website that add these different types of content, you would see those listed. So for me, I'll choose post and I'll choose pages just so that I can show you. And then right here, we need to put in a message that we would like to show when someone tries to view this content that they don't have access to. So by now it just says this page is protected and requires group access. Down here is sort of an administrative option. This would be to add a certain type of user on the site that can bypass this. So if you have users users on your website, maybe an editor, and you don't want them to be restricted on what they can access, you can add their role here and they can just bypass this restriction. So scroll up, click on save, and now let me show you what it looks like when you're in a blog post or a page that you may want to give access to only if they're in this particular group. Very simple. I'll click on posts. I just have the default post here, but if I was to create a new one, it'll look the same. So let's just go ahead and click on into this one. And so when you scroll down, we have this new option panel here, and it's going to be the same with any type of content that you've added this as an option a moment ago. So we added it to posts and pages. So right here, it says associated memberships. Like I said, it would say groups. If I didn't change it, I'll click here and it will list out those. And here's the one I created. So I'll choose this. Now, if your website's going to have multiple membership groups, you can add them here if you wanted and choose how the members or which members can access it. So is it anyone that's part of one of these memberships, or does a user have to be a part of all of these memberships on your website in order to access this piece of content? So I would think in most cases, any would be the best option for it versus all. And then I can go ahead and click on update like that. And let's go back. Let me just show you pages really quick. And so I have these pages here. Here's the sample page. And you can see when I click into this and scroll all the way down, we have those same options right here. The only difference is we have this sub page option as well. So you could create a single page and make other pages of content, sub pages, and it will just protect them all at the same time. So now let's see what it looks like when someone does not have access. So let me go back. I'll click on posts and I'll click on view, and I'm logged in as the administrator right now. But remember, I didn't add the administrator account as an account that gets to bypass the access. So you can see this is the notice someone would see right here when they try to access it. Now, this feature is really good. I think there's some improvements that can be made on it, and I'll address those at the end of this video. But the content that would be here, they do not have access to it. And then they can click on this option here to take them to the membership that content is exclusively a part of for someone to enroll in that membership. Now we're going to go over creating a group leader and giving them access. So it's very simple to create a group leader. It's through the simple user accounts that you get with WordPress. So I'm going to go to users and I'm going to click on it. Now I've created this user right here and I have assigned it the role of group leader. It's very easy to upgrade any user to group leader or to create a new account and assign them group leader. So when I click on add new, and this is how you create a new user account, at the very bottom it says role, and we can choose group leader just like that. I've already gone ahead and done that. If I was to log into an existing user account, such as this one, I could scroll down to where it says role, and this is where I'd want to make sure I chose group leader. Now that we've done that, let's go back to the membership group settings. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click on settings. And you remember this from the beginning, which right here, let's see, where was it? It was right here actually. These three checkboxes under group leader user settings. So right here is where you want to choose how this and what this person is going to actually have access to. So remember, for memberships, courses, and users, we had the option of basic and advanced. So under basic, this group leader will only have access to what they've been specifically assigned to. Let me show you what that means. The second option, though, is just access to anything. So when I go here and I click on courses, I have 3 courses here. And then you see where it says author. This one says Adam, which is that group leader account. And these two say site admin, which is the admin account. So if I have it set to basic, the group leader is only going to have access to this one course right here because it's specifically assigned to them. It's very easy to change assignment of courses and groups. All you have to do is click into any of them, and you're going to see the options right here off to the right. And this is going to show a list of the user accounts, and I chose the group leader account right there. And so that group leader is going to have access to this and this only. The same applies to memberships. Right now you can see the membership is not applied to them. So let me show you what that person would have access to right now, because I have it set to basic and I haven't fully assigned over what I want to assign over. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on users. Now I added that free plugin called user switching. And what that does is when I hover over a user account, it shows this option that says switch to. When I click to it, it's gonna log the account that I'm in out and into the user that I just switched to. And I can easily switch back. There's this link here and it's going to show throughout my WordPress site. So now when I go to LearnDash and I click on courses, you can see I only have access to what I've been assigned to as the author. I can't even see the other courses. And the same goes for the membership. So that's when you have it set to basic. You have to make sure that you've changed the author setting to that group leader user account. So let me switch back. Now, I can easily change these 3 courses. So let me just choose these 2. There's a quicker way. If there's more than one, you can choose that. Under bulk actions, click on edit, click on apply. And then right here where it says author, I can change it. And then I can click on update. And that's one real quick way to change the assignment of multiple accounts. Now, the other option was when I go into memberships settings, you can see right here, I could have changed it to advanced for these various options, but this means they're going to have access to everything. So you can decide how you want that to be configured, but I just wanted to make sure that you had a clear understanding of exactly what they would be able to do based upon this particular setting. And that is why I recommend using that user switching plugin to test all of this stuff out. Now, I really quickly want to show you how to display a grid of these memberships. So if you had 3 different memberships, how do you show a list of these anywhere you want on your website? And the good news is it's very, very easy. So let me click on pages and I'm going to go into my homepage. I don't really have anything here for my homepage, which is fine. So let's spruce this up a little bit. I'm going to click here and I'm going to click slash, and this allows me to add a Gutenberg block. So I'm going to type row. There's row layout. This is a Cadence blocks feature and makes your website a lot like those page builder features without having the extra complexity of a page builder. But I'll click on pre-built library. I'll just choose this to make it quick. There's some cool things this does, like if you want to change spacing. So you can see I'm hovered here and it says 80 pixels and I say I wanted to tighten that up a little bit. I can easily tighten that up, and the same works down here. So I just changed it to 70. I could change this to 70. If I wanted to adjust these 2 columns, I can click here and I can, adjust the size of those, and everything's just really point and click. It's an amazing add-on to WordPress Cadence blocks. But let's go down here. I'm going to click on slash and I'm going to type in group. And actually, this is probably where I messed up making this tutorial video. I probably shouldn't have changed groups to memberships because it might get a little confusing. In the beginning of the video, I changed how we refer to groups to memberships. And so right here, I would click slash group and it normally pull it up. But since I changed it to membership, I have to type membership like this. So there it is. It says LearnDash membership list. So instead of membership, it would have said group, but that's all right. We can click on that and it's going to produce a grid of the memberships. I only have 1. And so in this grid, it's set to have 3 columns. If I click here, we have options here that LearnDash provided for us. So we can change the ordering of it. And but down here is really where you'd want to probably have the control. Progress bar, I don't think that's super applicable. It's right here where it says columns. You see how it's set to 3. So if you didn't have 3 memberships, it might look a little funny here. You can change that to 1 or 2, or if you had 4, you could change it to that, however many memberships that you have available. But that's how you can show this pretty much anywhere on your site. Now, the reason you're seeing this image placeholder is because I did not add a featured image to this group membership. But this is pretty much how you're going to display a grid. But really all this is a featured image. some text and a link that takes someone directly to that membership. So if it was me and I only had one membership, I probably wouldn't use this grid add-on. I would put together all the info that I wanted to make the offer very enticing, and then I'd just add a button that would take someone straight on over to the membership page. So that's the new LearnDash feature. If I had to make this tutorial over again, I probably wouldn't have changed it from group to membership because I think I might have confused some people that watch this. So I hope you followed along with that, where LearnDash refers to it as groups and I changed it with the word membership. Therefore, all the labels throughout the site changed. So I probably should have left it at group because I think it might have made it a little bit more complicated. But it was fine for me to follow. I just don't want someone to get confused. And sorry if I added to any kind of confusion. And I hope that you followed along. So thanks for watching this video. If I wanted to kind of address where this fits in, there's obviously more features that you would get out of a dedicated membership plugin. However, I think for 90% of the people, this is going to be fine. The only thing that I want, and I've already asked LearnDash to add, is the option when you're protecting content outside of a LearnDash course, you know, where you would have the options and you would say they have to be in this membership in order to access this content. I wish it wouldn't just change it to the message and a link to buy the membership. I wish it could redirect them someplace. So if I put a blog post out, it's only for people in this membership. If someone not in the membership clicks there, currently they can see the title, and if there was comments enabled, they can see that. Instead, I wish there was an option to just redirect them to the membership, like straight on over to the membership, and or a page that I set up that says, wait, you have to be a part of the membership to access this, and then here's the purchase information for it. I much more would prefer that as a feature. Now, there's other membership type of features that people are gonna want related to pricing. So when you think membership, you think monthly price or annual price. And a lot of people, you can actually do all that with the LearnDash, which is fantastic. But some people want to go a little further and have sort of like a free trial, and maybe like a 7-day trial for $1 or a 14-day trial for $1, and then the membership kicks in. You can't do that with LearnDash. I wouldn't be surprised if they added something like that in the future, but currently you can't do that. So you still would need a membership plugin for that, or you could use the WooCommerce integration, which works with groups. But then on the WooCommerce side, you would also need to have a WooCommerce subscriptions, which adds additional cost to it. However, on my LearnDash site, I like to run it through WooCommerce anyway, so it wouldn't be a big deal for me. Lastly, something you get in some of these membership plugins that you wouldn't have here is a vast wide array of payment integrations and email autoresponder, marketing automation integrations, and all that kind of stuff. So you're not having that either. However, all of that aside, this is going to meet the needs of most people. I'm sure of it. Super easy to implement and easy to wrap your head around. There's no new interface to learn because you want this tiny little thing a membership plugin adds. I think LearnDash nailed it on all these regards. If they just changed that one protection feature so you can redirect, I think it would be just the perfect feature for LearnDash. So anyways, I hope you learned a lot in this video. If you did, consider giving this video a thumbs up. That's going to help me out with this video so more people will see it. If you're not a subscriber and you want to be a LearnDash user, hey, subscribe. I like to put out videos on LearnDash like this. And as usual, if you have a question, you can ask me down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.